Hi, my name is Tang. Hope you're doing well and welcome to the channel. So with the US inflation rate reaching a high of 7.9% last month, it's becoming really important to save and invest our money to keep up with inflation. And one of the best inflation-proof assets is Series I savings bonds, also known as I bonds. Now, I had a wonderful viewer named Dota All-Stars in one video ask, can you show us how to buy them? To which I would respond with 1, absolutely, thank you for commenting, and 2, that league is better than Dota. Now, all jokes aside, in this video, we'll talk about what I bonds are, why they're amazing, and then I'll show you how to buy them step by step. So without further ado, let's begin the video. So in a nutshell, I bonds are government issued bonds where you loan your money to the US Treasury, and in return, they will give you a guaranteed high interest rate that is automatically adjusted to keep up with inflation. And how they calculate this interest rate is very interesting. It actually takes into account two variables. The first is a fixed interest rate where the bond pays a guaranteed interest for up to 30 years. The second is a semi-annual inflation rate, and this second variable is really important because it follows the Consumer Price Index, which tracks inflation in the United States. So if inflation is very high, as it is today, the overall yield on I bonds, also known as the composite rate, becomes incredibly high. So for example, back in November, the semi-annual inflation rate was 3.56%. I bonds currently have a fixed interest rate of 0%, but it is very likely to go up over time. So if we take into account both of these variables and plug them into the composite rate formula, we have an overall guaranteed interest rate of 7.12% for I bonds until April 2022. And in May, the US Treasury is going to recalculate both variables. And because year-over-year inflation is still quite high, it is very likely that I bonds will continue paying a very high interest rate for the next 6 months. And that is going to beat any savings accounts on the market right now. And what's nice about I bonds in particular is that they are bonds to the US government, which is highly regarded as one of the safest borrowers in the world. It's also better than FDIC insurance because you can have way more than $250,000 in I bonds saved up while still being fully backed by the US government. Another very amazing aspect is that the interest you earn on I bonds is exempt from state and local income taxes. Additionally, if you use I bonds to pay for higher education, you could even be exempt from federal taxes as well. And I definitely look at IRS Form 8815 to learn more. And this can save you a lot of money, especially if we have high interest yields as we do right now. That being said, there are some important limitations. The first is that you must keep the bond for 12 months before cashing out. Furthermore, if you cash out the bond in the first 5 years, you will be hit with a small penalty of losing the previous 3 months worth of interest, very similar to what happens if you cancel a CD early. However, you can keep accruing interest for up to 30 years. So this is an incredible way to ensure that your money is going to keep up with inflation, if not outright beating it altogether. They're so good, in fact, that the US government actually limits you to only purchasing $10,000 worth of I bonds per person per year. So if you have an emergency fund already and you want to save up on your cash for things like short-term goals or even to just have a conservative bond position for retirement, this is a great option for you. All right, so now that we talked about what I bonds are and why they're so amazing, let's now show you how to buy them. And first, you have to open an account with TreasuryDirect. And this is the website managed by the US Treasury for things like Treasury bills, notes, bonds, tips, and savings bonds. And like most government websites, it looks outdated and can be a bit of a hassle to use, but rest assured, I got you. So in the top left-hand corner, you'll see a green tab called Individuals. You can then hover over it and click on My Accounts. And under TreasuryDirect, you'll see an option for Open an Account. On this page, you'll see everything you need to open a TreasuryDirect account in less than 10 minutes. So once you're done reading, click on Apply Now and then click on Submit. Here, you can choose whether you're opening an account for an individual or for a business or a trust. And for most people out there, you're probably sticking with individual. Next, it'll lead you to a page called Individual Account Application, and the next steps are pretty straightforward. You'll put down your name, your TIN or social security number, date of birth, address, and contact information like phone and email. Because you're also buying US Treasuries, you'll also have to include your bank account information so you can use ACH transfers. Now, here are some pro tips to make your life easier. The first is to please check your work very carefully. If there's a mistake, you may have to contact customer service, which is not fun and takes absolutely forever. You may even need a correction form to be notarized, which might even cost you money. In fact, we even have an unfortunate story from a viewer named Ed that even just reaching out to TreasuryDirect takes a lot of time, so please check your work. Another helpful tip is to go with a big national bank like JPMorgan Chase, Bank of America, or Discover. One of the biggest issues with using smaller firms or fintech startups is that they might be acquired. And if that happens, your routing number or account information might change, which you may then have to correct with TreasuryDirect. So sticking with a large bank for buying treasuries could save you a lot of time and potentially avoid the hassle. Alternatively, you could also link more bank accounts to TreasuryDirect to make your life a lot easier. Now, I can't proceed any further because I made my account already, but all that's left is to save a strong password, find a picture you like, and record your TreasuryDirect account number for safekeeping. And now that you have an account with TreasuryDirect, we can buy I-bonds that pay 7.12% interest. And this is super quick and easy. On the top left-hand corner, you'll see a tab called Buy Direct. Go down to Savings Bonds and click on Series I. Then click on Submit. You'll then check to make sure that your registration information is set to yourself, check that you are buying Series I savings bonds, and then enter the amount you want to purchase. You'll select the bank account you want to use, and then you can actually choose whether you want to do a single purchase or recurring ones. You'll then confirm and review your purchase. And voila! You're all set to earn 7.12% interest on your money. As always, if you find this type of video helpful, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe for more, and share this video with friends and family so that they can also earn very high interest rates on their money. Thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay awesome. Take care.